Today in the show, we're going to watch a train wreck.
Yay!
We like movies.
Correction, we like hurting ourselves with movies.
Okay, so, bit of a backstory to this, guys. When the Avatar movie by M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong came out, we did not watch that for like years. And then it was on Netflix one day, so we started watching it. And it was so bad, it was hilarious to us.
So funny.
Then we found out about Netflix's Deathnote, and like we've both got a bit of like Stephen King's The Shining in us. Like we can tell when a movie's going to be bad. So we agreed that when it came out, we'd watch it together and film the experience.
We have been messaging each other like since the announcement, being like, we hope it's so bad it's good. We hope that it's not actually good because we'll be disappointed that it's good.
And like, but then at the same time we said if it is good, then we're happy that
it's a good adaptation.
Yeah. We're gonna watch this, and these are the highlights of us watching it.
Yep.
I love how already you can tell they kind of missed the point, because in the original Death Note, it was like all about the Christian symbolism.
Like, I'm getting very Spider-Man films with that.
Yeah.
Opening credits, but see how it goes. You know it's edgy because we film everything at an angle.
Right, I've been in that position before. That you don't just go,
You do not do cheerleading with your hair down.
No.
Like, that is a health concern. Oh, with a cigarette!
Like, I get that they're trying to show that she's isn't she supposed to be the adaptation of
That's
Misa?
Misa, yeah. With a cigarette during cheer practice.
I just can't.
Getting right to the point, I suppose.
I mean, I kind of like that. I like that we don't have to go through 30-40 minutes of exposition.
Yeah, but it's nice to see a bit more. I wish we'd see more of his character, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Why is Light a little bitch?
Like, it's not even that. Like, why is Light getting involved in fights? What?
Because he always saw himself above that.
Because this is so relatable. So yeah, he's literally going to go on a killing spree because of bullies. Oh, I hope so. Like, way to just be so reductive of what made the original Light Yagami so intriguing as a philosophical point. And
especially because, like, another thing that made him intriguing was that he came from a stable background, stable family home that was, by the looks of things, fairly well off.
Yeah, he was, you know, perfect. Like, he had perfect grades, he had, like, a perfect grade point average, he had well behaved in school. That's why he was the perfect killer, because nobody could think that someone like that. Why is everything filmed at an angle? Like,
why is it all done with a 50mm lens?
Yeah, why is there a bar?
Someone spilled their balls.
I guess Light's losing his marbles.
I hope that was what they were trying to go with.
Why are there a bunch of marbles in a school classroom, anyway? Like this?
Maybe it's like one of those schools that go right from primary school right up to the end of secondary school.
Maybe, but... maybe it's like a science? Like an art room?
Maybe.
I think it looks like an art room. But then there was George Washington on the wall earlier, I think.
Yeah, but Americans are stupid patriotic.
They just sketch in George Washington at any chance they get.
Yeah, I lived there, I know.
Knuckles the Echidna?
Did Light just scream?
Yeah, he just went... How is nobody hearing this? Like...
Why is Light a little bitch in this? I'm sorry.
I mean, like, to be fair, this would genuinely freak me out, but why are there no teachers around?
Yeah.
Or anyone outside? Or...
I think it's normal to be freaked out by this, but the noises he's making...
Oh! Oh!
Sort of reminds me of the Lloyd's TSB advert.
Shall we begin?
So it's outright given to Light in this. Like, Light figured out himself in the anime.
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. Like, Light figured out himself. And, like, he tried out himself, and now this time Ryuk is provoking him to use it. Because, this is the thing.
It was more interesting that he used it himself, and I get that this is an adaptation, but at the same time...
But in, like, because the thing with Ryuk's character is that he's completely neutral, in a way, as a character. Like, he just threw the Death Note into the human world to see what would happen.
Yeah.
And he finds humans fascinating, but now that he's provoking them, that's a different way to take it.
Do not tell me this is Light's home. Do not tell me this is Light's... Oh,
this is Light's home.
They're trying to justify why he's a killer by giving him a shitty background, and that removes what makes this character and the questions the show raises interesting.
Exactly. Because they're propagating the idea that, like, there has to be something wrong with a serial killer in terms of environment. It can't just be that a person's ideology can drive them to absolute insanity. It's, he came from a bad home.
Why is his dad in this a dickhead?
Yeah, why is he a crooked cop?
Like, I get that America's police system is pretty corrupt. But again, it's an aspect of removing what makes Light's character interesting, and I understand that this is an adaptation.
Yeah, because he has such a good role model in a way in the original anime, because his father is an upstanding, law-abiding detective, and now he's a crooked cop.
He just happened to bring an apple upstairs.
Well, I mean, like, I get that, but why is Ryuk acting like the boogeyman? Like,
That was a normal hand! It was a normal hand!
I don't understand why Ryuk is being such a creep.
He was confident in the original because no one could see him.
Yeah, like, why does he need to sneak around? He is an 8-foot-tall, demon-looking motherfucker.
To me, it seems like in the process of adapting this, they forgot to also adapt the core of who the characters are.
Your mom.
Are we immature for laughing at that?
Your mom.
I hate his design. It's great. What the fuck?
Strange.
The voice is good, but the design is shit.
Yeah. I mean, like, to be honest, I'm not going to hold that against them, to be honest. Because Ryuk is a really hard design to get into physical. Like, even the other Japanese Death Note movies were a little bit off.
But,
So,
like, I'd critique them on that, so I'm going to critique this on it.
yeah, exactly.
You know what this kind of reminds me of right now?
What?
Scott and Ramona.
Yeah, except without any of the charm, charisma, energy, life.
It does kind of feel like they imagined this role for Michael Cera, and then he said no.
Yeah, it actually does. Wait.
Does he confess it to her?
Is he going to show her the Death Note because he thinks she's hot?
This is hard to watch.
I love how he's just confessing that he's a murderer to a girl. Like it is literally his poetry journal.
He's just confessing it all to her.
Yeah, he's just confessing it. They haven't had a previous conversation. They weren't like friends growing up or something like that.
No, in fact, she's just been a dick to him like 10 minutes ago.
She left him sprawled out on the pavement outside after someone beat him up after trying to save her. I literally know nothing about these two characters.
No.
Other than Light comes from a bad home and his father is a dick.
And he wants to bone her.
Yeah, instead of the other way around.
But she's got no character.
She's got no character, and why is this hot? Like, why does she feel like this is cool? Like, what's her perspective? Because, like, the original Misa liked Kira because Kira saved her life. But in this one, why does she find killing people good, just, interesting? It's because he wants to bang her. It's pretty much the only reason.
How do we make Death Note more American? Take everything that makes Misa interesting away and make her into a sex object.
Just replace her with a lamp.
A sexy lamp. Are they making out while killing?
Yeah, while deciding who to kill. Like, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to do some sick, twisted couple thing. But there's no charisma between them. There's no...
We don't know who they are!
We don't know who they are! We don't know why they would do this!
Change. Kira.
Kira? What does that mean?
It actually means light in Russian and Celtic.
Fuck off! Fuck all all the way off!
They're propagating the Kira myth. When in the original anime, this was something that was created online
Yeah.
by people. Like, people were understanding it.
And you would think in this day and age, having something propagated online would just be like, oh, of course that's how it is.
Yeah, more relevant.
Oh, is this introducing Elle to us finally?
Yeah, I think so. This is...
We're like 45 minutes in and Elle hasn't been seen once. He seems like a cosplayer trying to act like Elle more than Elle. I'm sorry, why does Elle look like Hacker Man?
because it's more cool.
I'll be blunt. I don't associate America with looking cool. I'm sorry, Americans. I just don't.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Like, he's not Elle from the show.
No.
At all. And I don't like his design. But that was actually alright. Like, that was actually kind of solid acting.
It was solid acting, it's just a shame the scripting was terrible.
Right. And the costume design is not... I don't like this whole...
Hacker Man.
Yeah. Or the fact that he's literally showing his face on telly right now. The Ferris wheel!
The Ferris wheel!
It's bad when, like, Misa actually has a point. Because if you kill... Like, he's got a point of if you kill them, it proves that it's him. But she's got a point of if you don't kill them, it proves that it's you.
There's no sense of justice there, there's no god complex. He's literally just doing it because he's...
A stupid teenager.
See, in the anime, Light basically sacrificed his dad when it came to the point where he had to.
Yeah. This is the thing, like, Light is just... Light has basically zero personality and is just doing what other people either force him into or convince him to do. He's a pushover. Without, like, any moral ideology.
And look, it's getting a bit hard and he wants to quit. See, this scene worked more in the anime as well because Elle was like, there's like a 3% chance you're Kira, and it went up as the conversation went on.
Yeah. That's the thing as well, they've not even mentioned Shinigami eyes.
No.
Can I ask you something? I would. I wasn't ready to lose you.
Okay, if he had kept walking...
I love you.
Just go inside.
If you keep walking,
If you just go
that will
inside.
redeem your character in time. Oh, for fuck's sake! No!
Don't show me his face.
Oh, I hate, like...
I hate this.
See, I hate that I keep comparing it to the anime because I know this is an adaptation. But what made Misa so interesting was that she did anything Light told her to.
Like, they're not even a good, like, criminal duo
No.
kind of thing. It's just...
And it's two idiots together.
It's two idiots together doing things that they don't understand. Like, instead of the intellectual, ideological, I am the god of this world, I am justice, this is my theory on justice, this is how I want the world to be, it's two idiot teenagers doing the whole, you can't tell me what to do, Mom, because you're dead, spiel. And being like, oh, we're the best.
And like, rather than seeing the book as a tool, the show is revolving around the book a little bit too much, in my opinion.
Yeah, agreed. There's just no chemistry in this.
Or Misa has the note. Mia, I mean. So this place is abandoned, which pretty much confirms, well, Nia and Mello are kind of not there.
They're not in it, no.
There might be in the sequel, because there could be a sequel, but...
Give me the New York field office.
Els just figured it out. Our Light has no motivation. Like, he's literally figured it out.
I love how... Okay, so I've never been to Seattle or New York, but does it feel like this to you? It feels like they keep trying to make Seattle look like New York.
Yeah. Especially because one of the characters is in New York. Like, the Montauk place was in New York.
Yeah. It's like they filled out an application.
Deathnote Homecoming! Oh my god!
That was the best 5 seconds of this movie.
Oh my god!
I've been left in that damp of a room for this long a time. How would they be readable?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you leave a book in the sun for 2 days and already the letters have disappeared.
Yeah. Why are the records in the sewer? Like, there's clearly like a desk and an office in the background. Like,
Is it just me, or is that guy more accurate for light than...
he looks more like Light than Light does.
Brandon gets to be Light in the sequel.
Why would they shoot him?
Because Deathnote.
Oh. I don't get why Ryuk is suddenly an antagonist in this.
Because in an American movie you can't have anything associated with death being positive.
Also, why is he wearing a top hat? Like, nobody else in this is wearing a top hat right now.
So they can disguise themselves.
Yes, of course.
So, like, you know, the FBI that are watching him would see a top hat and go, right, he doesn't have a face. Like,
He doesn't have a face.
right, he's Asian, he has to be Light, because top hat.
See, this is the thing, right? I don't mind that Misa, or Mia in this version, is more proactive, right? I
No.
don't mind this at all. This is cool. But why? What is her motivation? What is her ideology? What is her perspective as a character on doing all of these things? What is her desire for keeping Light safe? Other than,
It's fun.
it's fun and she wants to fuck him.
And surely it would be in her best interest if Light was caught and the book was taken away by Ryuk and passed to
And
her.
passed to her because Ryuk has clearly shown an interest in her. I don't understand her motivation.
Right, burn the page. You can do it yourself.
Yep. This is the thing as well. Like, L just feels like everyday cop that you see in these crime things. Where he's like the obsessed cop who's trying to get revenge on the killer and he's got a personal vendetta now against the
And they're trying to spice him up a bit by making him a bit shaky and eat a lot of candy and sit weird.
yeah, but he's not different. He's just a detective right now. Like, think about this. If this car chase was happening with Light's dad as the character.
The interesting thing about L was that he subverted the detective sort of stereotype.
Yeah.
And he's making himself... Why did he kick a homeless person? Fuck you! I got money by working!
I'm actually quite enjoying this because it's just so...
Dumb!
Yeah! Like, L is doing more Why did he throw them in?
Like, pushing some of these people I can get, but I can't get over kicking the homeless person. Like, what did that do?
Ninja kick! Whatcha! Oh, there's that angle again. So the whole conflict between Light and L came down to a car chase, a running chase, and then a plank of wood.
America.
Look at that single tear.
And then she says, I don't fucking love you.
I get the omnipotent power to kill everyone, or I get to date you. The choice is so hard.
And I'm guessing she didn't burn the page.
Well, yeah, no, nobody's burnt the page.
Well, yeah, but I think she said it was already done at one point.
No, he saw it. He was in the computer room. He saw it,
Oh.
and then he wrote her name down.
Else it gets to midnight and they die together.
Why he didn't burn it, I don't know.
This is so fucking dumb.
So dumb.
This isn't even funny at this point, it's just sad.
It's just there's no. The perfect.
Now put Owl City over this.
This is the perfect song choice. It's so bad.
As they're falling. This is the face I make when I take a really painful crap. Get it? She goes into flowers because Snow White died and she was surrounded by flowers. Do you get it?
Symbolism.
And Light falls in water so he can actually possibly...
Jesus pose.
Oh.
Jesus pose.
The first bit of Christian symbolism in this movie.
Yeah, that's a good point. We haven't seen any at all.
It was like in every episode of the original show. Do you think she's dead?
It's sad how her dead corpse face has more emotion than when she was alive.
I'll give the actress that she tried to work with what they tried to give Emma Roberts.
Yeah.
You can tell this role was made for Emma Roberts.
It's Light's Page. It's Light's Page and he burned. Oh, wow. What a coincidence. Wait, so Light just gets away with it?
Well, we haven't seen Light. He could be dead.
4 new killings.
Is there a post-credit scene at least?
Maybe.
Let's just watch this montage.
Yeah. I mean, what a... If it meant to be a cliffhanger ending, this is not the song I would choose.
No. This is the song I choose at the beginning montage.
Well, it's not the anime.
No, and it's not a good movie either.
Yeah, no, it's pretty awful.
They spent so much time trying to make every individual person look cool that they forgot that, like in Death Note, in the anime, it has a lot of charm, but no one is cool.
Yeah, like this is the thing, like, they spent so long trying to show us, like, either tell us just exposition or just show the characters as being cool and oh, we look so different, and by the end of it, I don't know who any of these characters are.
No, even right now, I don't understand why Light was the way he was. He lost his mother.
He lost his mother and it started as a revenge thing, and then he got a boner for Mia and decided to rule the world. Ryuk's voice was good.
Ryuk's voice was good, his costume design and face, that was shit.
Yeah, his costume and but...
And like yeah, I fully admit the Japanese live action versions had terrible Ryuks as well. But I'm gonna give the same standard across the board. I'm not acting as if the Japanese live action versions are great. I don't enjoy those whatsoever. My issues with L were at no point, and not a single point, did I believe that he was an amazing detective.
No, that's a good point.
I just didn't. It was like, oh, he came out with Light Turner as the culprit.
Okay,
How?
cool.
Where's the thought process? Like, that's what we got in the anime, the long thought process.
I mean, they kind of tried to show it, but it's the fact that, like, when he's like, okay, you know, I'm pretty sure that it's Light Turner, instead of being like, okay, I'm gonna stake him out, I'm gonna figure it out, he just, like, barges into him on a cafe and is like, hey, I know you're Kira, you wanna kill me, punk? It's like, what about that is smart and intelligent and good?
Death Note is definitely one of the smarter animes out there, but the reason it works so well is because there's like the first surface that everyone likes, where it'll appeal to a mass market. It's not that smart. And there's the second level where it gets a bit more in depth, and there's the third level where you start seeing the esoteric messages, the Christian symbolism, and in this there was none of that. It was just oh, he can kill people.
He can kill people and they both love each other and it's so toxic love. It's like...
And especially like in America, of all places, like Americans don't understand how weird their relationship with Christianity is, as seen by the rest of the world. Like it's fucking weird. I lived in America. I love Americans. I want to go back to America, but Jesus fucking Christ, the relationship with Christianity there is weird. To set this in America, the show that has a lot of Christian symbolism, and then not to
even use it.
Yeah, it's fucking disappointing.
Weird. I thought they were gonna do the whole like angle with, you know, the cops are trying to cover it up and like, you know, criminal corruption and corruption in the police force, and I thought they were gonna go that route, and that would have been interesting because that's a genuine American problem as far as I understand at the moment.
Or they could have even gone down the route of, you know, L's a black detective. Let's have him not be taken seriously by the police, even though he's one of the greatest detectives in the world. Give it a whole racism twist. There just was no substance.
No. Yeah, it's probably the best way to put it. It was just...
It was a dumb action romp, and if you don't like thinking, this will probably appeal to you.
I mean, it probably won't, because it's not even a good action romp.
No.
It's just a lot of montages that don't really connect anywhere.
That's it. It's like a montage of a shit detective show.
Yes. It's like the sort of trailer that you'd see on TV before they actually show it, except it's the actual thing.
It's like a pilot to a TV show that's never going to be made. The worst part is, like, at times I laughed because of how bad it was, and at times I was bored.
Yeah.
In The Last Airbender, neither of us were bored. It was that bad.
No, it was just laughter the whole way through, or just like confusion, or just sheer awe at the awfulness before us.
And
but-
neither of us are huge Avatar fans, are we?
No, I've never watched the whole thing the whole way through. I just watched it on television.
The only reason I watched the whole thing the whole way through was because my ex was a big fan of it, but I never watched Korra because I just didn't enjoy it that much.
Yeah, so, like, we found that enjoyable, like, for all the wrong reasons.
I feel like we just watched a bowel movement.
We were expecting a car crash, and we got a bowel movement.
Which, you know, depending on your situation can be exciting, but for our situation in life, bowel movements, not so exciting.
No.
But if you've seen the Death Note movie, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to like this video. Let's get up to 5,000 likes, and we might just do a video together watching The Last Airbender by M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Yeah, boy. I'd be so up for that, to be honest.
So would I.
Yeah, like this video, please. I want to see it again.
Okay guys, that is it for today, so don't forget to leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought of this movie. Also don't forget to go and check out Emma Rose's Twitter.
At ER Hollands, and also check out my blog, Why Words Work.
But for now, my name is Faust.
And I'm Emma.
And this has been a movie riff, and it is super effective.